You ever feel like life is just one giant, impossible video game? Like you're stuck on the hardest level, and no matter what you do, you just keep hitting the same brick wall? Well, guess what? You're not alone. Welcome to the club. Population, every single one of us at some point. But here's the thing. We're about to crack the code on how to solve problems like a pro and escape that stuck feeling once and for all. Now, before we dive into this guide, I need you to do something. Take a deep breath. Yep, right now. Inhale, hold it, and exhale. Feel that? That's you getting ready to reboot your brain, because we're about to shift how you think about problems forever. So, what exactly is this video about? Well, if you've ever felt stuck, whether it's in your career, relationships, finances, or even just figuring out what you want from life, this is for you. We're not just going to throw some generic advice at you like, just stay positive or work harder. No, we're getting tactical. By the end of this video, you'll have a step-by-step strategy to diagnose your real problem, break it down, find the right solutions, and take action. And here's the kicker. This isn't just about solving one problem. It's about learning a system that you can apply to any challenge in life. Whether you're dealing with a job you hate, a relationship that's draining you, or just feeling lost and unmotivated, this process works. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll walk away not just with clarity, but with a game plan. Imagine your life as this massive, complicated maze. Twisting paths, dead ends, mysterious doors that won't open, and maybe even a few weird-looking creatures judging your every move. Have you ever felt like your inner critic says, "Yeah, I am looking at you, damn it"? Some people are just wandering around aimlessly, hoping they'll eventually find a way out. But you're about to get the ultimate strategy guide. Before we carry on, let's take a deep breath again. Yeah, I know what you are thinking. Broken records, blah blah. But come on, I'll wait. Inhale, hold it, and exhale. That felt good, right? First things first. What are we actually dealing with here? Most people think they know what their problem is, but they're just scratching the surface. You might say, I'm stuck in a dead-end job, but is that really the problem? Or is it the fear of change, the lack of skills, the fact that your boss looks like he's straight out of a villain origin story? We need to go deeper. Let's break this down with a simple truth. The problem you think you have isn't always the real problem. Think about when you're hungry. You might say, I need food. But do you really? Or are you just bored, or thirsty, or emotionally exhausted and looking for that sweet, sweet dopamine hit from a snack? Problems in life work the same way. They often mask themselves as something else. So, step 1. Get crystal clear on what's really holding you back. So, how do you figure out the real problem? You take a step back, literally. Remove yourself from the situation for a moment. Our brains get stuck in loops when we stay too close to an issue. Ever notice how you get your best ideas in the shower or while taking a walk? That's because distance gives perspective. Now breathe. No, seriously. Inhale deeply, hold it for a second, and exhale. When your brain is in panic mode, logical thinking goes out the window. Calming yourself down is like hitting the reset button on your mental software. Next, think it through. Ask yourself, what's really bothering me? Write it down. Break it apart. Is the issue external, like something happening to you, or internal, like something within your control? Challenge your initial assumption. What if the first answer isn't the whole truth? And finally, examine the situation like a detective. Look for patterns. Is this a one-time thing or a recurring issue? If it keeps happening, the problem might be deeper than it seems. Talk it out with someone you trust. Journal about it, or even record yourself explaining it. Sometimes, hearing your own thoughts out loud can reveal what's actually going on. Because let's be real, if you're trying to solve the wrong problem, it's like trying to cure a headache by slapping a band-aid on your knee. Should I tell you, or have you figured it already? Not gonna work. Haha, glad you figured. Alright, now that we know what we're actually dealing with, it's time to break it down into bite-sized pieces. Picture this. You're facing this giant, fire-breathing dragon. Pretty terrifying, right? But what if you could take away its fire, then its wings, then its super sharp claws? Suddenly, you're just dealing with an oversized, grumpy lizard. Here's where psychology comes into play. Your brain freaks out when it sees a problem as too big. It triggers the fight or flight response. So, what do? We hack it. Instead of seeing, I have to change my entire life, reframe it as, I need to take one small step today. Small wins create momentum. And momentum, that's how you break through obstacles. That's exactly how we tackle problems. We shrink them down, piece by piece, until they're actually manageable. Okay, now that we've dissected the beast, we need some tools. Every RPG hero has an inventory, so should you. Need more knowledge? Boom, Google and YouTube. Need advice? Talk to people who've been through it. Need motivation? Surround yourself with content, music, and people that hype you up. The point is, you don't have to go in unarmed. Get your power-ups first. But while it's great to talk to someone, be careful who you're listening to. Not everyone will have your best interests at heart, and even those who do might unknowingly project their own fears and limitations onto you. The wrong advice, even if well-intended, can lead you further away from the right path. Ever told someone about a big decision and suddenly they make you second-guess everything? That's why, at the end of the day, the final decision has to come from you. Nobody else is living your life. Nobody else has to deal with the consequences of your choices. So while guidance can be useful, don't let others take the wheel. Listen, reflect, but always make sure the actions you take align with what you truly want. Not just what someone else thinks is best for you. But hold up. Don't fall into the endless research trap either. You don't need to read 50 self-help books before you take action. Just get what you need and start moving. Learning as you go is part of the game. You wouldn't walk into a boss battle with zero strategy, would you? Same thing applies here. Whether it's switching careers, fixing a relationship, or getting out of debt, you need a roadmap. What's step 1? What's step 2? The more clarity you have, the less room for panic. Here's a cheat code. Write it down. Studies show that writing your goals increases your chances of success by up to 42%. Why? Because when your brain sees a plan on paper, it starts treating it as reality. So grab a notebook, make a plan, and let's roll. Oh, hold up. Before you jump in head first, slow down. Rushing into action without grounding yourself can lead to burnout, impulsive decisions, and unnecessary stress, as I've already talked about these in my previous videos. Check them out too for further understanding. This is where meditation comes in. Take a few moments to breathe deeply, clear your mind, and visualize the steps you're about to take. Try simple techniques like box breathing, inhaling for 4 seconds, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, and repeating. Or use guided meditations focused on clarity and confidence. Meditation isn't about doing nothing. It's about preparing your mind to act with intention. When you're calm, you make better decisions. So before diving into execution mode, center yourself, clear the noise, and move forward with focus. Here's where most people fail. They do all the research, make all the plans, and then they just sit there like they forgot to move out of meditation part. Analysis paralysis. They wait for the perfect moment. Spoiler alert, the perfect moment does not exist. The only way forward is to do something, even if it's messy, even if you fail. Because failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of the process. Fun fact, Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Imagine if he gave up at attempt number 999. We'd all be sitting here in the dark like cavemen. So don't be afraid to fail. Just fail forward. So, you took action and it didn't go as planned? Good. That means you're actually making progress. Now it's time to reflect. What worked? What didn't? Adjust. retry, move forward. Life isn't a straight path, it's a zigzag. The winners are the ones who keep zigging and zagging until they figure it out. Look, I won't sugarcoat it. Sometimes life is just hard, but every time you push through a tough moment, you level up. And eventually, the things that seemed impossible, they become your new normal. Your comfort zone expands, your confidence skyrockets, and before you know it, you're doing things you once thought were out of your league. And here's the final twist. Once you figure out how to navigate your own maze, you get to help others do the same. You become the wise mentor, the one people come to for guidance. And that's the real win. So there you have it, your ultimate game plan for getting unstuck and tackling any problem life throws at you. Remember, every challenge is just another level to beat, and now you've got the tools to do it. But hey, this isn't just a one-way conversation. I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's a moment in your life where you felt completely stuck? What did you do about it? Did something help, or did you end up feeling even more lost? Maybe someone else in the comments has been through the same thing and has advice to share. Let's make this a space where we help each other out. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into figuring out life's toughest puzzles. Until next time, keep moving forward, one step at a time.